Shola here with Global Keto Connection, and today Catherine and I are going to make keto cinnamon twists for you. So it's from a recipe that is really good, really easy to make. If you're first timers, I know sometimes with the keto doughs it can be hard to do the twist because it doesn't hold as well as regular dough. But Catherine is going to be coming on live with me, and we are going to for you the keto cinnamon twist.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
How are you? I'm good. How are you?
Good. So Catherine is going to mix the recipe because this recipe has a few different parts that take a little bit of time, not much, but a little bit. So there's going to be the mixing of the dough. After that, it gets refrigerated for 30 minutes, and then you roll it out to make the twist, and then you bake it for about 20 to 30 minutes, depending on your oven, at 350 degrees or 180 degrees Celsius. So Catherine's going to do the mixing of the dough, and then I will do the rolling of the dough after the refrigeration to save some time. Okay, go ahead.
Alrighty. You can tell them what I'm putting in if you want to. Or do you want me to?
I will do that. I will do that.
Okay. And I'm going to weigh my stuff because I want to make sure that it's exact.
Okay. So the recipe for the dough calls for 1 cup of almond flour.
Are you putting the almond flour in the microwave?
In the microwave?
Well, okay, yeah. I forgot you don't have a microwave.
Sorry. So it's 4 ounces of mozzarella cheese and 2 ounces of cream cheese that you're going to melt together.
Okay.
In the microwave.
In the microwave. I keep forgetting that you don't have one.
So for everybody watching, hello, welcome. Catherine's doing the dough, so she's going to combine the 4 ounces of mozzarella and 2 ounces of cream cheese in a heat-proof bowl to put in the microwave in 30-second intervals until it's fully melted.
And all of my ingredients are at room temperature.
If you don't have a microwave, you can melt these items on the stovetop in a saucepan on medium.
Alrighty. So I've got 4 ounces of 4 ounces of mozzarella cheese, right?
Yes.
And then I want 2 ounces of cream cheese.
Correct.
Okay. I was looking at the wrong recipe. Alrighty, so I'm going to put this in for 30 seconds and we'll see what happens. It does go faster when all the ingredients are at room temperature, for sure.
Yes. So the rest of the mix is going to be a cup of almond flour, tablespoon of baking powder, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and then an egg.
And
so it's pretty simple.
Trusty egg. I'll show you what I have so far. Not even close, but I'll give it a stir and we'll keep going.
And it'll probably take a total of 60 or 90 seconds to melt?
Yeah, I would say no more than 90. Okay. Especially if it's room temperature, don't you think?
I'm not the one with the microwave.
Well, it hasn't been that long since you've had one, has it?
So you're now mixing your dry ingredients.
I can do that, and that is a cup of almond flour.
Almond flour.
1 cup. And how much of the baking powder?
A tablespoon of baking powder.
And maybe you can tell me the difference between baking powder and baking soda. What does one do and what does the other one do? Because I don't know. Am I putting you on the spot?
Baking soda is a mix of baking powder and another ingredient.
Okay.
I don't have it in front of me. I know that baking soda is mostly used in cookies.
Okay.
Where baking powder is used in bread type doughs.
Okay.
So when you make your donuts, your breads, your twists, all of that, you're going to mostly be using baking powder.
I would say that still needs to melt some more, right?
A little bit more. You want it to be really nice and smooth.
Liquidy, right?
Yes.
All right. I'm just going to go 15 seconds this time.
Okay.
Okay, so almond flour, baking soda. Sorry, didn't mean to put you on the spot.
Baking powder.
Yes. And how much salt?
A 1/4 teaspoon of salt.
Okay.
And an egg. So Jan is helping us out, sharing with everybody that baking powder is made up of baking soda and cream of tartar combined.
Ah, well, there we go. Thank you. Woo-hoo.
And so cream of tartar, I know that we use a lot when we are going to make whipped cream we want to stabilize, or egg whites.
Egg whites,
yeah.
Making a meringue.
Snickerdoodle cookies.
Mm-hmm. So it still isn't super liquidy. What do you think?
I think it's fine. Just go ahead and toss it in there and give it a good mix.
Christy's the baker of the two of us, so I take her lead and we go that way.
Not professional by any means, though.
No, neither one of us are.
We're like
Be your own non-professional chef. Could somebody sweeten this a little bit if they wanted to?
Absolutely. There was another recipe we were going to use, but instead of using cream cheese in the batter with the melted mozzarella, it uses butter. And we just prefer the fathead dough with the cream cheese. I think it holds up better. But anyway, they did sweeten their dough on that other recipe by adding in a 1/4 cup of powdered swerve.
Okay.
And 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. So if you want to sweeten the bread, you can. If you just want it to be like a regular nice bread, because of all the sweetener we're going to be putting on top, it's really up to each individual person.
Orange and cinnamon go good together, don't they?
Orange, yeah. Aren't those fall flavors?
Yes, but I was sort of thinking that maybe I could put some of my orange stevia in it. Would you do that, or would that change the consistency?
I don't think it would change the consistency. It would just change your flavors. You could try.
Would you just put it in with the cinnamon and sugar then, and not in the dough?
For the glaze.
Yeah, just put the orange in there.
I think that it would be good there.
Okay. So this is what I have.
Okay, that looks great. Now it is going to be a little sticky, so wet your hands a little bit. And you're going to be putting it on some cellophane so that you can wrap it up like in a ball.
Yeah.
Or a log. And then it's going to go in the refrigerator for 30 minutes.
Alrighty. As I struggle with plastic wrap. Is it just me or does everybody struggle with the plastic wrap?
Oh my gosh, I have to show you, actually. I have to show you one that I just got. It is the best ever. I don't know if they have this in the States. They really need it. Let me show you.
Let's see.
So it is called Jet Cut. So when you pull your plastic wrap, zip it, and
oh my god!
So if I had laid it down on the counter, it stays all nice, and then I can I know, I love it.
I do sort of think I remember seeing somebody on Food Network talk about something like that. Yeah. So knead this for just a second with wet hands.
If it needs more kneading, you were kneading it in the bowl, right?
Yeah, but there's still like some
okay
spots. So I think I probably should just sort of make sure it's completely mixed. Oh, it's really sticky. It's sticking to me.
You can always try putting it back in the bowl and kneading it in the bowl. But yeah.
I'll just leave it like that and wrap it up and put it in the fridge for, you said 30 minutes?
30 minutes it's going to go in the fridge.
Alrighty.
Okay, so I will continue.
Alrighty.
I'll continue the after you get out of the fridge part.
I'm back.
Okay. All right. After you get it out of the fridge, now mind you, this is half of what Catherine just made because I already baked half to show you the reveal at the end. So once you get it out, normally you're going to cut it into 8 equal pieces. Since I have half of the batch here out of the refrigerator after the 30 minutes, I'm going to cut it into 4 equal pieces.
Awesome. I'm here.
Okay.
All my appliances are dying. I didn't check my battery on my thing, and I didn't want to lose you. Okay.
So once you get your 4 equal pieces, then you're going to cut each of those into 2. So I'm going to tell everybody right now that this is either going to make a total of 8 tiny twists, or 4, like if you had gone in a donut shop and got a twist, it would be 4 of those size. So it's really up to everybody's individual preference.
Sure.
But so what we do is we're gonna roll it out into thin logs. And once they are rolled out, then we will twist 2 of the logs together. It's much easier since the dough doesn't really twist very well in the regular dough twisting fashion with dough.
Sure. Are you getting feedback?
No. Are you?
Yeah. It's okay. I like to hear you say it twice.
Is anybody else on here hearing any feedback whatsoever? Anybody that's watching us?
It's faint. It's not
Okay.
crazy. It's all right.
Oh, I just heard it. You don't have a speaker on.
I mean,
you just have your iPad, yes?
Just my iPad, yeah.
Okay, so be careful not to tear them apart. I mean, as they get thinner, they become more delicate, which is exactly why if you do just 4 big ones instead of 8 small ones, it's much easier. But so what you're going to do is you're going to take the 2 ends together, and then you're just going to fold one over the other, nice and gently, and then pinch the other end. So you have a nice little...
It's cute.
Yeah, it is cute. So we're going to do that with each of them. In the meantime, you're going to make your cinnamon butter.
Mm-hmm.
Forewarn everybody that your cinnamon topping can be as light or as dark as you want. So if you want it to be dark, then you would add the 1/4 cup of brown sweetener with a teaspoon of cinnamon and melt it with your 1/4 cup of butter. If you don't want it that dark, then just melt the butter by itself, brush that over the top of your twists, and then sprinkle with your either a cinnamon sweetener mix or the cinnamon brown swerve mix. It's going to be everyone's own preference, but the recipe as it is says a 1/4 cup of melted butter, a 1/4 cup of brown swerve, and a teaspoon of cinnamon.
Okay. Maybe could you do some granulated sugar, part granulated, part brown sugar swerve?
Absolutely.
Well, maybe I'll try that when I do mine. I'm making the topping part right now, or the buttery stuff. And would you use confectioner sugar or would you use granular?
Well, it just says brown erythritol. So
well, I mean, like if I'm adding the white sugar with this, would you use confectioners or would you use the granular white?
Probably
with the brown.
Confectioner.
The confectioner? Okay.
So Catherine, Jan says that her mom keeps her cellophane wrap in the freezer, and it makes it easier to tear.
I wish I had room in my freezer. I'm one of those girls that opens my freezer and it's like, okay, I'm going to push it in and then I slam it really quick. So it's somebody else's responsibility when they open the door. Shh, it's our secret.
That's a good tip, though. Thanks, Jan.
Yes, I love that. But I need to find some of that wrap that has that little slider cutter thing.
Yeah, it's the best ever.
Was it a lot more expensive or
no
comparable?
Not here. It was the same.
Really? That's cool.
Okay, last one. Takes a little bit of time, but we wanted to do it with you guys watching so you could see the technique.
Yes.
So just so everybody everybody knows, each one of these is 160 calories,
Okay.
7 grams of protein, 14 grams of fat, and 2 net carbs.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's if your total batch makes 8.
So it would be double that.
Yeah, it's going to be double that if you make the 4 big ones.
Okay.
Still not too bad. I mean, 4 net carbs.
No. Not bad at all.
Okay. So now that I have my twists, I'm going to put them on my parchment-lined baking sheet.
Yeah.
And I'm going to brush them with butter. Now again, you can brush them with butter that's mixed with the cinnamon and the brown swerve. And I did that on the first batch, so when I show you guys in a minute, you'll see what that comes out looking like. These ones will just come out a little lighter because I'm going to go light on the topping. So I've got my cinnamon.
And how much cinnamon was it?
If you're going to mix them together, it is a 1/4 cup, or excuse me, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon and a 1/4 cup of the brown swerve. I'm just going to do a sprinkle.
Smells good.
And then afterwards, there is an icing to put on top, which is a tablespoon of cream cheese, a 1/4 cup of powdered erythritol, 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and a tablespoon of heavy cream.
Yeah.
So we'll be making that next. Okay, so you're going to put your cinnamon twists. This is what they look like. Of course, you'll have 8 on your sheet. But you'll put your cinnamon twist in the oven, 350 Fahrenheit, 180 Celsius for between 20 and 30 minutes. The recipe says 25 to 30 minutes. I did 25, and they were a little scotch harder than I think I would have wanted them. So if you want them more soft, it's probably going to be more like 15 to 20 minutes.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so now let's make our topping. The icing. The icing is a tablespoon of cream cheese, a 1/4 cup of powdered erythritol, half a teaspoon of vanilla extract, and a tablespoon of heavy cream.
Yum.
And then whisk. And the recipe also says, mind you, I know that the recipe is pinned above everybody, but I also want to make a note to let you know that this recipe came from KimSpiredDIY.com. We were inspired by Kim's Fire.
There we go. I've seen her recipes before. I've heard that one before.
Okay, so look at how nicely
good.
This drizzle. So make sure that your cinnamon twists are nice and cool before you drizzle. All right. Are you ready? Are you ready for
I'm ready.
Cinnamon twist action?
I am.
So after 15 to 20 minutes, you will remove them from the oven. And again, they will be as dark or as light as you want based on your buttering, cinnamon, and brown swerve technique.
That's right.
There you go.
I love it.
So what I did in the first round was I melted my butter with my cinnamon, with my brown swerve. It was like a cinnamon gooey deliciousness. And I heavily coated my cinnamon twist with that gooey deliciousness. And therefore, when they came out with the dark coating.
They look amazing.
So now that they're cool, I can drizzle some of my topping over it.
Yum. Or you could just dip into it, right?
You could do the dip method, or you could do the drizzle method. You can do the method you want. But
make
now
it a dunker.
They look really good.
So jealous.
Catherine.
Yeah.
This one's for you.
Mommy. Oh, okay. Critique. Let's hear. Good.
Very good. Like I said, depending on your oven, this recipe said that they could be baked for 25 to 30 minutes. I baked them for 25. They're not as soft as I would like.
Okay.
So my next batch, I'm probably going to do between 15 and 20.
Okay.
But again, everybody's oven is different, and therefore everybody's going to learn the best time to do the oven.
Right. Gotcha.
That's our cinnamon twist.
That is. Yay.
I hope everybody liked the video.
Yes.
Share it out if you like the recipe and you want to share it with a friend, relative, whatever. We will put this on the YouTube channel. If you want to refer to it, go back to it later. It's really easy to make. Again, it just needs that 30 minutes in the fridge to firm the dough a bit. And then your 15, 20, 25 minutes in the oven. Right. But it's super easy. It doesn't take a lot of ingredients, which is the best part.
Right.
So
yummy.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye.
Have a great day. Thanks for joining.
Bye. Bye.